Now, I'm going to assume that by the time this video is public on YouTube, Evander Kane has not gotten traded yet. Yet. That's the key word there, folks. Yet. Because today, we are going to be diving into some of the latest and greatest when it comes to E. Kane and what we are hearing in regards to trade talks. Now, I will say, if by the time this video is public on YouTube and the guy is traded, then yeah, no, that's my bad. I've been doing a lot of other things lately. I don't know if y'all noticed, but things on YouTube have changed lately, so I've been doing my best to adapt, and with that comes a lot of overworking. So, let's try to get into some of the latest on Evander Kane, starting out with Taj's Twitter account. Because as I was scrolling here, trying to get material, trying to find all the tweets that summarize everything that's going on, I ended up just kind of stumbling across what's been said about Kane. And a lot of the stuff is on Taj's Twitter, so let's go out there and read. This is what was said on Canucks Central. Satir Shah spoke about this earlier on Tuesday. As of yesterday, teams were telling the Vancouver Canucks check with us after the Olympic break. Let's see if Dan Milstein, the agent, can change that. Now, of course, it was already revealed that Vancouver, the Canucks, have given Kane's representation, Gold Star Sports Management, the ability to talk to other teams and help facilitate a trade. I know a lot of folks have kind of memed on the Vancouver Canucks the past few days. Hey, why are all these Canucks trades involving the agent? Why did Kiefer Sherwood's agent need to get involved before he ended up getting traded? And I guess it happens more often with Vancouver than it does with other teams, but at the same time, I'm thinking like, yeah, even though the agent got involved in the Sherwood trade talks, the Canucks still got 2 second-round picks. So I'd say that was a pretty decent haul. Does that mean Evander Kane is doomed because nobody wants him and the agent needs to try and get his toes wet into convincing other teams to take on his client? Maybe. But I don't want to say all hope is totally lost here. Let's go out there and read some more of these updates. Elliotte Friedman also spoke about Evander Kane on Oilers Now. A couple of people told me today they heard Kane won't be traded until after the Olympic freeze deadline. Now, of course, that doesn't mean he'll get traded during the Olympic break. That's literally what the Olympic freeze deadline means. He'll probably get traded once everything gets back in stock and once hockey resumes after the Milano Cortina Olympic Games. That's why I'm confident to go out there and make this video right now. Elliotte went out there and spoke about the possible return for Evander Kane. I think the Canucks are looking at a mid-third round pick. If you retain 50%, it helps you get a better price. I wonder if that's what they're going for. He also said the Canucks are hoping for a third-round pick with some retention, so if the Vancouver Canucks traded Evander Kane for a third, even if there's salary retained, who cares if there's salary retained? There's half a year left on the contract anyway. Then it is a net win. Vancouver shelled out a fourth to get Kane, and they could trade him away for a third. It is upgrading their value. And I said this in a few videos prior to this one, but I actually do think that Evander Kane has been surprisingly not as bad as we expected him to be. Like, here's the thing. I personally thought that Kane was going to be a good addition to the Canucks forward core. I saw top 6 scorer. I saw 20 to 30 goals. I saw an agitator, a guy who can defend Elias Pettersson. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good addition. The majority of y'all saw something else. They saw the controversy. They saw the drama that had followed him throughout Winnipeg, Buffalo, San Jose. And they said, hey, Vancouver is a destroyed locker room. Pettersson and Miller just fought. Quinn Hughes is going to leave. Everything's falling apart, and now we're adding Evander Kane? What a culture player to add into the Canucks lineup. And while I did understand that perspective, I also attacked back with the perspective that said that Edmonton fans actually really seem to like Evander Kane. He reformed himself off the ice with his community work and the dedication to Oilers fans. There was a lot of love there, and I didn't want to let that go unnoticed. Here's the thing with the Vancouver Canucks. Evander Kane's got 24 points. That's not that bad, honestly. Like, if you had said that he would be on pace for 37 points over 81, sure, it's not the top 6 caliber production that I thought he was going to get, but maybe it is a bit better than what some other fans thought he would be able to do. Evander, for all that's happened as well, has not really been involved in too many player-to-player controversies like he had in Buffalo and other places throughout his NHL career. He's not going out there beefing with Dustin Byfuglien, getting his tracksuit thrown in the showers. He's not fighting with Canucks players like Petey and Miller were. There were some controversies off the ice with certain people that Kane would take pictures with, but I honestly do think that, for what it's worth, the guy hasn't been as bad as maybe some people would go out there and say he should have been, or could have been even. This is why I do think it is reasonable to talk about the Evander Kane trade return actually being a win. If they get a third for him, that's great. It's better than a fourth. Then we dive into some of the other commentary on the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, Tash spoke about Elliotte Friedman again. The LA Kings were rumored with Evander Kane. Frege, though, he said, I'm not even sure that they think trading a mid-round pick would be a good idea for that right now. Come on, Ken Holland. You know you want to do it. You know you want to get Armia, Perry, and Kane all as rough, tough wingers in your bottom 6. You know you want to get that done. This also was posted about heading into that Canucks and Sharks game from 2 days ago. A whole bunch of scouts gone out there and putting themselves in the stands. 2 Anaheim scouts, including Pat Verbeek, Chicago, Dallas, Detroit, Florida, the Kings, the Islanders, the Rangers, Senators, Flyers, Blues, 2 Leafs scouts, Utah Mammoth, and the Winnipeg Jets. Ian McIntyre was reporting the Canucks in-house media is being moved to where the regular media sits because they need room for the extra scouts that are here for the game. He believed the focus of the scouts was Evander Kane. Now, it was really funny because this was the big story heading into the game 2 days ago, but then what happens after the game concludes? Well, guess what? Evander Kane doesn't get any playing time. Take a look at this right here. Dollywall spoke about Evander Kane being on the 4th line of that hockey game. You think Dan Milstein was doing cartwheels last night? He can't help but making the trade when Kane is on the 4th line. They knew that all of these scouts were there to watch Evander Kane in the game 2 nights ago, and he ended up getting 12 minutes and 24 seconds of ice time. He had a fight, 7 penalty minutes, and 1 shot. That was totally a noteworthy performance. And I also do feel like, why are there so many scouts watching for Evander Kane? It's 2026. This guy made his debut in the National Hockey League 15 years ago. He's been in the NHL for so long. How many games does he have in total? He has 982 NHL games, 1,000 if you include the playoffs. This guy has scored 600-plus NHL points. He is a 1,000-game vet. Do you really need scouts to go out there and try to evaluate what he is at this point? I don't know. But I guess if you wanted to say there are other teams that could be involved here, because this is a long list of names reportedly interested in Evander Kane, be my guest. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about all these updates? Friedman, Satyr Shah, scouts in the building, all talking about Evander Kane here. Let me know in the comments all your opinions about what a trade could look like. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.